Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joey today is your sustainability specialist, Phil. He's back and he's ready to give us an update on sustainability here in the city of Fitchburg. Phil, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you, Jeremy?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us about what's going on in the sustainability world. And last time we talked about the survey, sustainability survey, and you're putting your first sustainability plan together. Not easy for me to say, but you definitely want to get involved in this. And there's still time to take the survey. Where and how can we do that?
Yeah, so we've had over 100 responses so far. We'd love to push that number even higher. If you search for sustainability plan on Fitchburg's website, you'll find a link to the pale blue dot landing page that hosts the survey. It should take 10 minutes or less of your time, just asking about how familiar are you with sustainability? Where do you rate different issues in terms of level of concern? What would you like to see the city prioritize vis-a-vis, we're talking about social equity and environmental responsibility and economic growth are all the three factors that go into sustainability. So where do you want the city to focus our efforts on those fronts in the coming years? So we'd love to
Yeah.
get a lot more responses. We're looking to close up the survey sometime in September, probably. So if we can get those responses in, that'd be great.
Fantastic. And if you missed our interview last time, we kind of really broke down the importance of taking the survey, what it's going to do, the impacts. So check that out on our YouTube page for more information. There's also sign up for the planning team as well. So not only are we looking for you to take the survey, but you could be a part of the team as we move forward with this.
Yep. Yeah, so we'd like to have a team made up of representatives from around the city. And they will meet about 7 times, I think, monthly, starting in either September or October. It'll be around 3 or 4 hours per meeting, and then a little bit of time requested in between. But just again, really want to get a diverse set of perspectives that can help us to guide this plan. We want to make sure it's not just 1 or 2 people who think about sustainability and city operations a certain way. We want to get a wide array of perspectives to help us guide this plan.
Fantastic. And where can they sign up for that?
Same place, search for sustainability plan on the city's website. We'll link you to the pale blue dot landing page for the project, and there's a link on there to sign up for the team.
All right, awesome. Get involved in either way. We want to hear from you and we want your help. So sign up today. We got help and we've got some numbers back on our No Mo May event taking place in the name May. So tell us what do you got on those numbers?
Yeah, so we ended up having over 100 individuals who participated. This included 77 different single-family homes. We had a condo complex as well that participated. Between all of those, it was 37.5 total acres of land that was covered. Now you take out things like the building space, the sidewalks and driveways and things. Still, we had that number I don't have in front of me right now. I know it was sent to me and I got to dig it up, but I think it was in the order of 8 to 10 acres of green space that was covered by No Mo May. So that was fantastic. Just really good to see that level of participation for the first time we went through this. People also filled out a questionnaire about activities that they're pursuing right now or would be interested in pursuing in the future. And that was really encouraging. We had over half of the participants said they don't currently use pesticides, herbicides, or other lawn care treatments. And a number of people remaining, third or so, said that they will reduce their chemical use, which is fantastic. That's, not mowing for May is great, but reducing our overall impact on the water systems and on the wildlife and plants is another important year-round action that people can take. So reducing chemical use, reducing chemical fertilizers, using manual weeding rather than spraying is great. A number of people also committed to sowing a no-mow or low-mow lawn, replacing some of their lawn with native wildflower alternatives. A number of people, we ended up having, I think, around 70 people had yard signs out in their yards. That helps to promote this for future years if we want to do it again. Had a number of people who participated using things like a citizen science app where you could sit out in your yard and just kind of spend a little bit of time watching and tracking how many different pollinators came to the flowers in your no-mow lawn. So some really good participation. Excited about the first iteration of this, and hopefully, if we're able to do this again in the future, we'll have even better numbers.
Yeah, that's it. You got to start somewhere, and so
That's right.
it's positive numbers to say the least. And thank you to everybody who participated, and hopefully we'll come out with a bigger, better campaign next year, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that using the name Nomo May might have made some people a little bit nervous, and we certainly encourage low mow May as well. Myself, I mowed once over May rather than normally it would have been 2 or 3 times. So it's not eliminated entirely. If that doesn't work for you, low mow May is great too. So maybe we'll rebrand it next year. We'll just kind of see what seems to work.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to take this and still help. So just the awareness of the pollinators a big part of this. But certainly get involved next year, and we'll talk about it when it gets closer. For now, we're going to move on to bicycles, the B Cycle program that's in place. We're going to check on you with a quick update on that next phase of the project.
Yeah, so B Cycle has been up and going since, I want to say April. I'm forgetting if it was March or April. But since the spring, we've had our 7 B Cycle stations around Fitchburg. We received a grant with federal dollars through the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. We're really looking forward to starting to spend that money to expand this into a phase 2. And right now, we're just kind of working through some logistics and making sure that we have a contract that's in place for the city and B Cycle. But as soon as that's hammered out, then we're going to start expanding these stations around. We got a number of other city parks and other locations around Fitchburg that we're looking forward to putting more cycles out. Hoping to get some preliminary data from B Cycle soon. So I don't know the exact numbers of people that are biking around Fitchburg, but anecdotally, we see bikes all over the place. We see the bikes, even if you don't see somebody on them. If you look at the B Cycle docks at different locations, you can tell that bikes are moving around. People are definitely using them. So it's great to see that there's participation, and looking forward to expanding the system, hopefully this month, if not, then certainly by early September, and increase those numbers even more.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the biking background here for you to go and take part in. So using these B cycles, kind of a good way to test electric bikes, if you will, too. But really check out what Fitchburg has to offer in the bicycle world here. So definitely get on it, and we'll follow back up with you as that project moves forward. And finally, we set a date for our next big fall recycling event. It features the great electronic recycling. It features the shredding of those papers, and of course the med drop box. So tell us, what is that date?
That date is Saturday, September 23. It will be 9 to 11 again. Maybe
So
it's 8 to 11. I don't remember. I always show up early in the morning, and people start showing up. Certainly look for advertising on that. It'll be on the city's website. There will be some flyers posted. It'll be in the Greenie newsletter when that comes out next. So yeah, we'll have that shred and recycling event, and get your old electronics, any confidential papers that need to be properly shredded and disposed of, and any unused, expired, excess medications. Instead of just throwing those away or dumping them down a sink, go ahead and bring them to the police station. Now, the med drop is open anytime the police department is open, but this is just a great opportunity. As long as you're coming in for the shredding and recycling, go ahead and bring in a Ziploc bag with those medications and drop them off for proper disposal.
I call it the trifecta.
It's a good name.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about why it's important to bring these items specifically for our electronics and shredding and med drop event as it gets closer, Phil. But either way, get that on your calendar. It's going to be September 23rd for our fall recycling event. Phil, if people want to stay up to date with what's going on with you, besides when you're hanging out with me, where can people stay up to date on all the great things that you're working on?
Oh man, there's several good ways. So a number of things that we're doing in terms of sustainability get covered with the 2 committees I report to, Bicycle Committee and Resource Conservation Commission. So you can check out those meetings on Fact TV. You can check out the agendas and minutes. I also try to keep any major events that are going on updated on the city's website, either Fitchburg's biking web page So you can search for bicycling, and there's information on construction updates and events and things like that. Or just Green Fitchburg is also a site on Fitchburg's page. So check out Green Fitchburg, and there's information on events and other major goings on.
All right, perfect. Well, Phil, thank you so much for your time as always. We'll check back in with you next month.